Hello and welcome to another episode of Techfanaticofficial, your honest guide to the Cryptoverse. Today I'm going to talk about Paradox. And Paradox is a very useful metaverse project that's designed basically for people who are seeking more utility from metaverse projects. So not just some metaverse projects that giving you the promise of going to play a game with your friends using a VR headset, or somewhere that you're buying land and just sharing some piece of digital metaverse land. It's actually a project that's going to bring a lot of utility from Web 2 into the Web 3, which is what we need now in this current market situation. We've had a lot of metaverse projects coming and going, but we didn't see the real utility. Some of the utility that they're going to have, for example, is going to be holding a boxing event, which is going to take place in February 2023. And they've already had some events as well over the last few months to just test how the metaverse ecosystem works. Another key difference and unique selling point they have is that the metaverse that they have is containing its own whole ecosystem. So with this metaverse, you've got the Paradox events, which is what I said. They're going to host events and they're going to have for example, concerts or boxing matches or sporting events. They've got the metaverse component. They've got the Paradox pad. So projects and NFTs are going to launch in Paradox, which will be incubated by Paradox ecosystem and also by Paradox team, probably. They have their own DEX. So they're going to have the Paradox swap as well, which means you can exchange some of the native tokens that's going to be in the ecosystem. They also have the DAO, obviously, because the people who have the token holding, they can vote for the future of the metaverse. They have the venture function, which means they have their own funding, and they have the affiliate system. So they have a whole bunch of ecosystem to cover them. Now, if you touch quickly on each of them, Paradox events is more of the social media side of things. So they're going to have, as I said, 25th of February 2023, they're going to have event that basically Instagram and TikTok fights going to happen. A lot of stars, for example, I guess someone like Logan Paul is going to participate. And the only way to participate is to purchase Paradox tokens, which is Para. They're going to have live concert, people like hip hop artists like Heady One, YG Bane, M24. They're gonna have, and they have over 150 million views on music. They're gonna be participating in the concert events for Paradox events within 12 months of the launch. They will have a tour in Dubai planned, which has iShowSpeed, who's a very well-known influencer. They've got DJ Khaled, and they're gonna be backed by Binance, Huobi, and CLS. So there's going to be a huge event also happening on that side of things. And this is why there's going to be a lot of utility behind it. There's a Paradox pad, which means cryptocurrencies that will launch on Paradox stakers. They will be able to participate in some of the projects. And users will have to stake the Paradox in Paraswap. And this will give them a staking reward. It can be staking reward in the projects that are launching, or it could be projects that it could even be an airdrop of those. So they are trying to get a 10x or 100x multiplier of what they invest by just being part of the ecosystem. How that's going to play out, I don't know. That's no financial advice. Depends how much partnership they can build. They have the DEX, Paraswap, which is the transactions taking place on Paraswap, charging 0.2%, and the fee goes back to the ecosystem, obviously, as a revenue, and deposited into the staking pool back for people to be able to enjoy staking rewards. That's why the average user can expect up to 20% of rewards per year. And by staking, you get access to invest in projects launching in Paraswap. Similar to, for example, how Enjinstarter is doing, give you some APY plus giving you the opportunity to invest in IDOs. So giving you exposure in that end. They have the DAO, and Paradao is basically leading utility for giving you staking in the DAO. participating in the voting system, but also earning some income because your DAO is locked there. They've got the Paradox Ventures, which is designed to have the community of Paradox. So the I guess the OG members of Paradox, as well as the founders of Paradox who are businessmen, to identify and also invest and decide to invest in new projects that will be part of the venture side of the project as well. And this is why they have a huge amount of utility, and they're focusing really hard on that. They have the marketplace as well, which means you will have, items in the marketplace from cars to clothing to be sold, and also airdrop as a dividend for the game income. So these are some of the key differentiators that they have. Now, if we jump to the token utility, before we jump to tokenomics, some of the information I've already provided to you. But obviously, one of the utility would be in-game currency, because you will have 3D person, for example, battle royale or free roam, and to get items, to buy merchandise, to upgrade your characters, you will need the para tokens. When they have that boxing event, which I've mentioned, they're gonna have, for example, again, probably Logan Paul or someone like him. He is gonna that event's gonna require the tickets to be paid in Para, which is the native token of the Paradox Metaverse. They're gonna have the live concerts. They're gonna have agreement with artists to be doing their concerts within the next 12 months. And as I said, they're gonna be things like the DEX, which they're gonna be offering better rates than the other exchanges to be more competitive, and live YouTube also streaming events that's going to happen, and they're going to generate income using the Paradox Metaverse as well. Staking as another utility, and the staking means you'll get rewards in Para, but you will also be participate in the launches of the projects that they're going to have. Now, if we do a deep dive in their tokenomics, they have 20% unlock on their public sale at a price of 0.03, fully diluted valuation of $30 million. And there will be 2 months of cliff and then 5% monthly vesting after that. They're going to have a pre-sale round, which is closed now. It was a 10% monthly unlock, 2 months cliff TG, and then 5% monthly unlock after that, for a price of 0.027, which is slightly cheaper at a valuation of $27 million. Seed was valuation of $26 million, and it's 5% unlock TG, 12 months cliff, followed by 5% monthly vesting, which is the biggest round they had. 12 months cliff for the team and founders, and then 8% quarterly unlock, which means a very, very, very long lock for them. So it's good, giving the confidence to the community. There's a huge amount of support for liquidity and market making on launch, being 20%, but it's 12.5% of the total tokenomics. That's really huge. And after that, they're going to have 4 months cliff and then 5% monthly linear to tackle the sell pressure from the earlier rounds. Marketing is going to be 12 months cliff, followed by 5% linear unlock. Play to earn 3 months cliff. Staking is going to be 2% unlock on TG, and then 3 months cliff. After that, 2 months monthly 2% linear unlock. And they're going to have research and development 5%, which is quite cool. I think it's the fact that they have the ventures arm. They need to have the R&D as well to make sure they partner up and purchase good projects. Advisors are 3% total. So team and advisors in total is 18%, which is good, under 20%. And they have a similar lock, so it's pretty good. And the ecosystem is 10%. So overall, they're focusing more on the rewards, R&D, liquidity, and the total sale is lower than 15%, which is also 17%, which is pretty good, under 20. They have a good inflation rate as well, and emission rate, which you can see in more detail. I can put the link to this deck for you to review. Initial market cap will be 381,000 only on opening, and that's very friendly for this market. Total supply of the token is 1 billion. The token is going to be ERC20 on Ethereum chain. So it's an Ethereum chain project, and the token will have P-Box, which is the in-game virtual currency. They have P-Save, which is the staking virtual currency. Para is the main token of the game. And then Para ERC 721 and 1155 is for the assets that they have. And then PDAO ERC 20 is going to be their DAO token. So they have a plan on how they will have all these tokens as well to be sorted. In terms of the team and advisors, the team and advisors are people who have a very long amount of experience on business, and they're co-founder of multiple companies and projects previously. So this is not actually their first, their first project. And they have advisors from Binance UK. They have advisors from CLS, which is a very well-known market maker, and also Huobi. So they've got a very good following from these, and they have strong partnership with Huobi and Bitmart as centralized exchanges for this. And in terms of the Launchpad partners, they have Blokpad and also Paradox as their key partners. Of course, Enjinstarter and Poolz as well. Now, in terms of the roadmap for the project, in 2021, it was more focused on concept design, tokenomics, and alpha testing of the project. In 2022, they've been actually going for a while this year. I heard about them actually in March, April 1st, but they try to work more and make sure they're ready for launch. So they did the testing, beta testing in Q1. Q2, they did the public launch of the 3D NFT characters, which sold out. They did the business development partnerships in Q3. And this is now Q4. They're going to have the launch of the token. They're going to have staking open, game launch, launchpad function, coin sale, and the listing on exchanges. 2023, as I mentioned, the most bullish event they're going to have is the YouTuber boxing fight for Paradox, launch of the Paraswap DEX, and also launch of the Parachain, which is the Paradox layer 1 network. As I said, this is an ecosystem, but this is happening in 1 year from now, so after. You can read about how to do the staking, about the documents as well. In terms of the marketing for the project, they actually heavily supported in marketing and invested a lot of time and money because luckily they know the value that you need to put in and the effort of marketing. So they not only have their own, YouTube channel that talks about the project, they have a very, very active page on Twitter. So you can see all the updates that they have and their AMA and spaces. So they're quite active in that sense as well. But they also have a really active community. And as you see, this is a very active community that they have. But they also have a very active Web2 marketing plan. So they have 43 influencers combined, 50 million followers. And they're going to actually support them heavily in the campaign. And for the exchange launching that's going to happen in a few days, they're going to have 56 million viewers for 72 hours. And they're going to have 90 influencers just focusing on pushing this project for launch on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Obviously, people like me also helping them on YouTube. And also they had an NFT sale which sold out. I think they sold out around $1 million worth of NFT. So they have a very, very active community. It was even interesting that when Enjinstarter announced their IDO, we see a lot of the followers came and asked about how to invest in this project. So I think they have done a really good job in terms of marketing and building community. Even small things like I found out they have this new website which you can go and order shirts, t-shirts for Paradox Metaverse, and they have really cool designs. Actually, I like some of them. Maybe I'll buy some, and maybe they even give these as a drop to some of their loyal members. We don't know, but I feel that they have built that community sense very well. And I think that's what a lot of Metaverse projects are missing right now, because at the end of the day, Metaverse is about building a community, building a network with people. And this is something I think more and more projects need to focus on. So I guess kudos to them for focusing on building such a thing. In terms of the launch, they're gonna be launching on Enjinstarter, Blokpad, and Poolz. The IDO for Enjinstarter is going to happen on 14th. Just double check so I don't give you the wrong information. So 3 days from now, it's gonna be, yes, on the 14th of this month. Now, Enjinstarter, as you know, is the best launchpad you can participate for this IDO, and they're gonna raise $55,000 worth of the tokens. You still have a chance. If you're watching this video today, you still have a chance to participate in this IDO, because the snapshot is going to be taken 3 days before the IDO starts. So you still have a day to go and buy tokens. And once you buy tokens, you can go to join Enjinstarter and then to the staking and stake tokens to be eligible to participate. By the way, you need to also KYC your account to be eligible. So if you do it today, you're still on time. If you already hold Enjinstarter and you have staking, you have staked your tokens and you want to participate, I do recommend to invest in this project. Of course, I'm not giving you financial advice when I'm giving you this recommendation. Make sure you go to this research page, see the trailers, cinematic trailers, the metaverse gameplay footage, which is actually pretty cool. As you can see, it's really high quality sort of videos and the cinematic trailer as well, but I'm not gonna watch the whole thing now in this video. So to participate in Enjinstarter, you need to stake, you need to be KYC'd, and we have a guaranteed allocation round for 12 hours, which you can participate. And after that, it's gonna be the first come first serve round for whatever is not sold, and until sold out. So guaranteed round starts in 3 days and 15 hours. And the more tokens you stake, the more your allocation will be. So, and remember, this token is on Ethereum. So I do suggest at least, investing more than $100 because of the gas fee and all that as well. Good thing is it's gonna be listed on Huobi. So if you're thinking of selling tokens, you can always go and sell the tokens on Huobi. So that's a good option. IDO is planned for 14th, as I mentioned, unless the market right now is not great, unless things change. And then the listing is going to be on Huobi and Bitmart on the 17th is the plan, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because right now we are not in a very great market. We see what happened to FTX, to Solana, Aptos, and other ones. So again, depends on the day. Maybe by next week everything is better, and we are going to have this launch on the exchanges. But the plan for now is, as I said, 14th and 17th. So make sure you take note of these dates. In terms of research and final thoughts, I suggest you to go and have a research on the documents I'm going to share. Some of their followers, check their Twitter. There's some cool videos being made by some of their influencers, like Logan Paul, iShowSpeed, and other people. Have a look at the utility, compare to understand why this is quite different from other metaverse projects, and I guess gap and unique selling points they're going to tackle, because this is more of a utility focused, fully utility driven project, and making sure that they sell out the concerts, for example, and the token is going to be used, rather than speculating an event for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions, as always, put it in the comments and I get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you next time.